Cuban Link has entered the chat. I seen an interview he did with Choke No Joke. They talking. They talking about a lot of stuff. Surprisingly, Cuban Link did have one good thing to say about Fat Joe. You know, I didn't expect any of that to take place, but that one thing that he said was he was like, "Yo," and salute to Cuban. That's my homeboy, right? Don't get it twisted, right? He was like in regards to the minors, you know, the situation with the underage young ladies or whatever. He don't think that that's Fat Joe's mo. Like he could have made a mistake, you know what I mean, and got caught up in the situation and fell in love in the situation or whatever, but that's not his mo. At least that's what I got from what he said. What he did say was, well, that was basically the only good thing he said. I didn't watch the whole interview because personally, it got a little bit too freaky, and I'm not going to watch those. Listen, I already told y'all when it comes to that Diddy case, I'm not. It's a little bit too much, a little bit too freaky for me to, you know what I'm saying, for me to be paying all this attention to. Same goes with, yeah, same difference here. But he did say that he saw a level of, he saw an escalation. Like he said that a lot of that shit is plausible. He saw like a progression, you know, like when like you know, like for any of us who you know, all us 420 practitioners, J-Ro, E Swift, and Tash in their original incarnation supporters, alcoholics, whatever other fetish you might have had or addiction you might have had. It might have started out small and grew. Cigarettes, whatever it was, you know, you might have when you first started smoking, one blunt would have did the job, right? Or you probably shared a blunt with your homeboy or your homeboys or whatever. You know, after a while your tolerance builds up, and then you know you need or you want to do that thing more. Same could be said for sexuality. You know what I'm saying? You know, sexual activity. So what he's saying is he saw it progressing, you know, and they used to run, you know, they was young and they used to be on the road. They was rappers and all that, like, you know, something I could relate to. You know, they used to run around and they used to do wild things with girls. You know what I'm saying? But he did say he saw a progression that was, you know, he wasn't really feeling. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, I'm not going to quote detail. I mean, go watch Choke No Joke. Watch the interview. It's riveting. I didn't watch the whole thing, but like I said, it started to get crazy. Like, Choke you know, he's real thorough with the way he be, you know, he he know how to do stuff I don't know how to do. He got the paperwork up on the screen and all of that, and the paperwork is reading like, yikes, like, wow business. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah. Cuban said he was there from, you know, like 90, from what he said, from like 95 to 2001 or 93 to 2001. I remember, listen, when I was on my way in the game, right? Because Game is a human and we familiar with him, right? But when I was on my way, you know, when I was starting out my career, I remember Pun and Cuban Link being there. Like they used to, you know, Fat Joe came out before us, but Pun might have came out right around this. When did Pun first album come out? Let me see something. Bear with me for a second. Big Pun, Capital Punishment. When was it released? It came out in 98. So, okay. My second album came out in 98. My first album came out in '96, but I know for a fact before my album came out, I was already aware who Pun and Cuban Link were, right? So just that. I think he might have said from like '95 to 2001. He said TA signed on like 2 years after that, if I'm mistaken, from like 2003 to like 2016, you know. And when he said that, all when he's hearing these things that they saying about Fat Joe, he's like, he recognized some of these things. You know what I mean? He recognized the language and all of that. Anyway, I don't have that much to add to this. I'm just saying that, you know, the first time I spoke on this whole thing, I said, you know, when I was kind of like in disbelief, I was like, what does Cuban Link say about this? And Cuban Link kind of is co-signing most of it. Like I said, there is that one good thing he said about Fat Joe, whatever. But yeah, I don't really have an opinion on this. The rules is the rules. You know what I'm saying? I understand how niggas get caught up. Peer pressure is a motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying nobody pressure anybody into doing anything. That's not what I'm speaking to. But if, you know, I be telling people about peer pressure at a grown age because people don't think it exists. But if the whole, you know, this may not be you, right? But you know a whole bunch of grown people that'll tell you, that will quote the difference, all right, the difference between the 4.0 and the 4.6. Or the fact that when somebody says that, when Jay-Z said that he a grown man, he don't wear jerseys, he 30 plus. You know, fresh, you know, crisp pair of jeans and a button up, is that what he said or whatever? He said that and all of a sudden the club, I couldn't get in the club with a jersey on. Like what? Like that's like some rappers, or not even just rappers, but just, you know, fashion icons, whatever the case may be, street dudes, the youngins, whatever. Niggas influence the slang. Niggas' language is influenced every day. You know what I mean? I mean, we don't call it peer pressure, but you're not gonna wear something that you know you're gonna get laughed at in. You're not. You ain't gonna let your kid wear it. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, if you a millionaire and the other millionaires are partying like this, you understand what I'm saying? You think that's what the millionaires do. And you start partying like this, you may forget your own I'm not excusing none of it. Don't get this shit twisted. You understand what I'm saying? I will say this though. I'm glad I didn't blow up that much when I was young. Cause I wasn't this mentally fortified back then. Like, you can't get me to do shit I don't want to do these days. I never even took the vid. Like, while y'all was already out there getting jabs and boosters and more boosters, I never even got the test. And that's a flex to me. You know, to all of you who supported that, sorry. I'm not, but you get what I'm saying. This ain't to trigger y'all. This is just to make a point. I'm excellent at not doing what I don't want to do. So I'm not excusing that, but I do understand why a lot of people did it. You understand what I'm saying? Why a lot of people got the jab and, you know, the test and all that. I understand that. That, my friends, was peer pressure. Please don't come in my comments beefing about this portion of the video. Just make an example and argue with your mother. But as I was saying, yeah, I'm not excusing it, but I understand it. I see them do that. And I see this happen in many walks of life and all of that. And, you know, as Cuban said, it's plausible. He didn't say he saw it happening, those sort of things happening, but he said he saw a certain progression. You know what I'm saying? He saw the hunger for more manifesting itself. But anyway, I ain't gonna say no much more about this. I don't really have, you know, think that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks. Or Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. Cash App tag will be in the description along with the Bandcamp link. Bandcamp link is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. All of the mixtapes is there. The newest one being Nonviolent Rocco, but they go all the way back to Shell Shock. When writing on the walls here, aka leaving comments, use your spell checks, not your autocorrects. Autocorrects will have you typing helter skelter instead of helter skelter, and that's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's monster, not monster. Some A in monster, not an ER. It's an AH, or two AHs in helter and skelter, you know what I'm saying? Not ER. Also, there's a C and a K in rock, ROCK. A K is 1,000. I want all my Ks. And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters. Get your ass out of here. The rest of y'all. Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I'm out to the damn floor. Let's go.